Hi-ho, everybody, and welcome to the Kingdom Compass, where we point you towards the goods and bads of all things Disney. I'm one of your hosts, Griffin Dale, Griffy D-Pad, and with me, as always, is the wonderful, the amazing Mr. Mitch George. How are you doing? I love this mug.
To me, my X-Men.
Have you accepted, I'm assuming with this mug, you have accepted that it is in fact Halloween season.
I've accepted the fact that Carmen bought me a new mug that is far too large because we have a Keurig that only brews 10 ounces. This is probably like a 20-ounce mug. So it looked ridiculous when I put coffee in it. I also did that 2 hours ago. This coffee is very cold, and the only reason it's still on my desk is for this bit. Because it's also Disney.
I will say for our listeners, it is a trick-or-treat mug with a bunch of the Disney characters dressed up in Halloween costumes. It's adorable. It's Halloween season. Halloween starts in the summer now.
I mean, Spirit Halloween opened like 3 weeks ago near us.
I have been ridiculous. To
Spirit. We have not. This was a TJ Maxx or TJ Maxx equivalent find. It's the same company, but it's a different name up here. It's a whole thing.
It's all right. They exist here under like 12 names. So,
do you have HomeSense there?
We have Home Goods.
We have HomeSense. We have Winners, HomeSense, and Marshalls. Are kind of the three under that umbrella.
It's always fun when we come across one of those like weird the tiny little fun idiosyncrasies as opposed to the big frustrating ones.
Podcast.
What's up, y'all? How's it going? This is Kingdom Compass, where we talk all about Disney things mostly, and we get on tangents about random other bullshit. We're gonna talk a lot of X-Men today, but Mitch has to wait because that was near the end of the presentation, and we have a lot of other things to go through first.
But we always just jump to the last thing first and then do everything else. So what are you doing to me? What are you doing?
No.
I also just finished a coffee at 8:30 at night. So this is gonna be fun.
Welcome to Griffin Energy, where we just drink coffee whatever the fuck we want. No, folks, today we're talking about D23. This is our second of two D23 episodes. Last episode we talked all about the parks announcements. Today we're talking about movies, TV shows, etc. One really, really dope announcement. I mean, Griffin really happy.
Oh, I know exactly which one it is. I'm like, which one? Oh, right, they did that.
The one that was like we talked about for fucking days.
Technically, it was 2 announcements.
Technically, it was 2 announcements. Well, it was more the anime that got me excited.
We'll get there. It's in the middle. We're not at the middle yet, Griffin.
We haven't even started the show yet.
Nope.
We're talking about that today, folks. Go watch the Parks 1 if you want to watch the Parks 1. Go check out the other stuff if you want to check out the other stuff.
Shout out to Disney for putting the other one on Disney Plus. All of these trailers ended up online anyway, Disney, in an official or unofficial capacity. Just stream the whole thing next year.
Well, what's funny is they didn't even tell this year. They didn't even tell people to not record it with their phones. Like,
they know what's going to happen. I fully expect that they are going to stream the entertainment panel in 2 years' time. There's no reason not to.
Now, I had put out a short for us about this and had said like a couple of things hadn't gotten trailers. What it is meant there is nothing. A lot of things didn't get official trailers, but we've seen fucking everything.
Hexed, Frozen 3. Those are the 2 main ones I can think of.
There was that other Pixar announcement.
That got Clay. We didn't get anything for Clay, but I also think that was just. We'll get there. We're not there yet.
Oh, Tangled was that one.
Yes, live action Tangled.
But yes, we're gonna go through everything here. We're gonna chat through all of it. So if there's something you're looking forward to, let us know in the comments below. Yada yada yada. Normally we do a thing where we talk about the other stuff we've been playing, but God, there's a lot to go through.
I finished Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
We're going to do an episode on that.
I did it.
Because we need to talk about that.
It's the only one I hadn't finished. It's done.
All right, jumping into this. Hey, did you know that this had hosts?
Yeah, Ki Kwan and Jennifer Goodwin.
No idea that this had hosts until reading through the write-ups.
Again, Griffin and I both consume this panel through refreshing Twitter. It's not an
Twitter
effective way to watch a panel. Disney, just make this available to everybody, please.
And I ended up watching the same stream you did for a little bit. Shout out New Rockstars for going through a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Also, as much as I genuinely love them, but man, you can tell that they're Marvel people, not Disney people.
Which is fine.
Oh, it's totally fine.
There isn't an equivalent Disney.
There was an incredible moment in their stream where one person on their panel was a fan of Camp Rock and the rest hated it. Similarly to our panel, where I love Camp Rock and Mitch hates it. But
I don't hate Camp Rock.
But you hated the one I made you watch.
The second one's really bad.
Yeah, that's the one I made you watch.
I know.
And fuck you, 2 is good. Anyways, starting off with our first announcement of the night. Wild that they started off with this. Princess Diaries 3 is happening.
Eventually, with no other details being said, you remember what else was being made? Blade was being made at one point. Remember that? So until you attach a director, a screenwriter, and give me a date, this is just nice to have. I don't expect this to be something that materializes in the next 5 years, if at all.
Yeah. Here's something that is actually going to happen though, and that is the new Simpsons movie. That is we saw footage. Well, we saw footage.
We did not.
We saw animatics. Or what we saw was in progress.
And we didn't see anything. We didn't officially release anything for this movie.
Okay, going forward,
right?
I'm just gonna say we saw everything because the internet saw everything.
All right.
Because I did see this on. I think I saw this one on TikTok.
Probably.
But no, I actually really like how they showed this. Like, I want to see more in progress animation, and maybe that's just because I'm a nerd. I know.
We saw some of that with Oswald too, which was nice.
Oswald was especially dope.
We'll get there.
Keeping it rolling on those are the kind of the two big ones of okay, well these got announced, but we not much.
Well, we knew the Simpsons movie was coming, right?
Yeah, they announced that a while ago.
Yeah.
Then that does release next year, in September. Up next, we got a release for June 2028 with Incredibles 3. This movie will be starring primarily the kids, Violet and Dash, as they take the center stage. Maybe they will finally get hero names.
I expect hero names. I also expect hero costumes. I expect us to move away from the core Incredible Family aesthetic for them at least, and it's going to be great to see them step out on their own, do their own thing.
Mark my words, it's going to be the exact same thing as Elastigirl in 2, where they for the most of the movie they have their own costumes, they're doing their own thing, and then at the end of the movie they put back on the Incredibles, and it means a lot more to them now.
Yeah. I should rewatch 2 because it is one that I think I watched and probably fell asleep.
I have watched it recently. It's not amazing. It's not the height of Incredibles 1, but it's not bad.
Really hard to match what that original movie did, and I hope they can get back some of the magic here. Similarly with the jump from Cars to Cars 2 to Cars 3, the third of which I still need to finish because I'm really bad at finishing movies. I've started it. We will finish here, and if Lanterns isn't already live on the HBO Max equivalent in Canada, because sometimes they get delayed on that, I will finish Cars 3 tonight. How about that?
I respect that.
Okay.
Or you can wait and we can do an episode on it.
We can do both. Interesting here that it seems like the villain is going to be someone who's targeting like this league of superheroes, which is going to be really interesting.
And it's actually going to be a supervillain.
It's a full-on supervillain, and they're doing a whole, heroes are now allowed to operate again. There's no similar, like in the first 2 where they were in the second one they were starting to bring some of that stuff back. Here they're fully legal again. They're going back to the world we saw pre-Incredibles 1.
I like that we're getting that, and then we're also getting like, because supers are legal again, the world is kind of outgrowing Mr. Incredible.
Yes.
Like I love that, the idea of that getting paired up with
a new generation
that is going to have Violet and Dash right in the middle of it.
Yeah, very much feels like Young Avengers, New Avengers, Champions type stuff, which I'm fully aligned with. Yeah, let's see more of that.
Incredibles is at its best when it is playing off those classic superhero tropes, and it sounds like that's what they're going back to for this. So, I'm excited. We also still got to wait a year and a half. So
yeah, I was gonna say that's June 2028. So we're a ways away from that one, but really excited to see more of that in the years to come.
Speaking of things we're a ways away from, let's talk about Coco 2. We actually have a little bit of info. We know that Ernesto de la Cruz will be back will be back in this.
Benjamin Bratt doing his best. I love that man, and seeing him do more of this is going to be great.
I presume Pete Docter is going to be directing again. He was the one on stage.
If he's not directing it, he's certainly at least writing or co-directing, I would assume, to help bring up newer talent within the studio.
Mm-hmm. Like, I would presume exactly that, co-direct, because they definitely want to build up this next generation of directors, which is, frankly, they're doing great work. So,
well, that's what they did with getting Pete Docter into his role, right?
Cough, cough. Turning red is awesome. But yeah, I'm excited. I will always be happy for Coco.
Really interesting to see that they're aging a character up. They don't tend to do that sort of thing in Pixar films, so that's going to be fun to see. Like, even looking at something like drawing comparables to Inside Out and the way the characters age there, Riley doesn't really age between the two movies. Like we know she's aged, but there's no like visual distinction between the two films. It does seem here like we're a few years down the line. Miguel is growing. Miguel is a musician.
Well, I was gonna say there is a little bit. There is a change for Riley, but it's like it's like just like longer hair. This is
I was gonna say it's more subtle than what we're seeing here.
Full new model.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if they say they've recast the role of Miguel in this one.
Mm-hmm. Like I'm very interested to see what this is. Like De La Cruz trying to seek vengeance against Miguel. Apparently, Coco's also a movie though for me where it's like I never wanted a sequel to it. I think the first one is a perfect movie, beginning to end. This is just though. They're going to make 1,000 sequels to everything, so I just hope that it's decent.
I hope it's good because we've said the same things about a lot of these Pixar sequels. I said the same thing for Toy Story 2. I said the same thing for Finding Nemo. Definitely said it about Toy Story 4, and we were right there, but 5 brought us back into our field. So like I think they've come out of I would say the growing pains of the sequelization of some of their IP, and I really hope that Coco is something that nails it because, like I said, Benjamin Bratt brings his best and didn't bring his best in only announcing Coco 2, which this is the moment where you and I both flipped our shit.
Yeah, I will say, like, we're going to talk about that.
I gave you the goddamn transition.
Well, no, I just want to shout Pixar out. Okay. Because there isn't a single thing Pixar has on their planned docket that I'm not excited for. Like between this and Gato and Ghost Market, which we'll talk about after that announcement.
Ghost Market coming before, like that's 28, I think, right?
Yeah, or Gato is 27. Ghost Market.
I knew Gato is early next year, I think, isn't it?
March. Like every single thing I'm excited for. Now that said, the most exciting thing is Coco and Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god. Did you imagine a world where you would see Kingdom Hearts 4 on the main stage at a D23 presentation?
Never in a million years did I think. This has been the year of Kingdom Hearts showing up in places I was not expecting.
First Nintendo, now D23. Where's it going to be next?
For you Disney fans out there who are not acquainted.
Game Awards?
Who the hell knows? Kingdom Hearts is a franchise in collaboration with Square Enix. Japanese role-playing games, JRPGs, that has been going on since the era of the PS2. It is my favorite thing ever. Yes, Mitch.
Sorry, before we move off, the article that you sourced didn't have this information, but Coco 2 does have a release date. Coco 2 is coming November 21st, 2029.
2029.
So we have firm dates on the next 4 Pixar projects. Gato in March 27, Ghost Market and Incredibles 3 both in 2028. Ghost Market in March, Incredibles in June. And then Coco 2, November 21st, 2029. Not directed by Pete Docter.
Oh.
It will be co-directed by Lee Unkrich and Adrian Molina.
I'm totally fine with that. They are incredible.
I was going to say, I just want to go and see.
But I was going to say, just for interrupting me and making me feel old, the original Kingdom Hearts came out in 2002.
I couldn't get off the first world in Kingdom Hearts when I rented it at a Blockbuster when I was a kid, and that just shows you how good I am at video games.
You've gotten better. No, Kingdom Hearts is a massive deal to very specific people. I am one of the specific people. It got announced right before this that it was one of their billion-dollar franchises, it is incredibly huge. The fact that we're getting Coco is incredible for Kingdom Hearts 4. We ended up getting a more extended trailer in the actual Kingdom Hearts presentation that I won't yap about because, frankly, we would be here all day. God, I love this franchise. It's the one I got on my fucking body, like... Dude, I love Kingdom Hearts. And we're getting an anime.
Yeah, didn't expect that.
I need more detail. Okay, so there's bits and pieces of the anime that we do know, which is pretty much nothing. The only 2 details we know is that it is being co-produced with the people over at Square Enix that created the franchise, which is incredibly important for this franchise. It has to be written by, it has to have the...
Tetsuya Nomura needs to be involved in the plot because for those out there who aren't familiar, Tetsuya Nomura is kind of like the George R.R. Martin of Kingdom Hearts, where the story doesn't exist without his brain being in the room. Even if he's not directing or writing, he has the entire roadmap of what this series is in his brain. So we got to find a way to extract.
And no one else could really do it because he is so intrinsically tied to everything because it's very much his style.
Hopefully they figure out a transition plan there because I expect this man wants to retire at some point. So hopefully they can figure.
Look,
Like
the
they've
fact that
had
they got
other.
this man out to D23 was genuinely shocking.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they do have other folks that have co-directed on the series with him. I think as far back as Birth by Sleep, they've had co-directors on each of these games. So it could be something where they're setting up. I can't remember the gentleman's name. I apologize, but the other folks that are involved with
They have
stewarding
other
this
other
franchise.
people at Square Enix that have been there since the beginning, and I have no doubts that they'll continue going forward.
So
but the
long
other
as
thing about this
Disney
anime
plays ball.
is that it is a completely original story. It is not retelling the story of any of the games. That's the other thing that was incredibly important, like as a Kingdom Hearts fan for this announcement, was I don't want a retelling. I want a new story with new characters in a new place. And it seems like we're getting that. There's a lot of fan speculation as to who this character could be that they've shown in this image. I presume it's Helgi, a character from the mobile games. We'll see. I'm dope. It's dope. I'm excited. Give me more details, Disney, please. Moving along. Mitch, did you actually get to see the little bit that they released for Ghost Market?
Well, they put out the social post, right? Like they actually released that. And yes, I did see that when that came out. I really loved the fourth wall breaking aspect of it just because they did release it sort of like a social post. And it is very much the vibe of, Ghost Hunters, Ghost Whisperer. One of Carmen's favorite series on television right now is Ghosts. I don't know if you've seen this show.
No, that show rocks.
Carmen absolutely adores that show. And this feels to me like, oh, they're doing Ghosts, but with a kid.
I think we're going to have to say at this point that I have the exact same taste as Carmen.
She should honestly be sitting here rather than me. You guys are two peas in a pod.
No, it's a good thing that you and I do not have the same taste because it means we can hit more things.
That's true.
No, I think this looks really dope. We got to see the whole idea of this one is that there's this kid Kyle who goes to this deserted market in Hawaii that is for hungry ghosts. He eats some of the food. And in doing so, kind of stumbles upon this crossroads between the living and the dead.
Which I hope it doesn't feel too samey with Coco.
It's very spirited. It's very Spirited Away, which I know Mitch doesn't understand the reference.
I've never seen a Miyazaki film,
which we will fix later this year.
Will we?
Yes.
You keep saying this and nothing happens.
Well, because we keep having other things we have to talk about.
How about that Lantern show?
We got a few weeks until that's done.
October.
Yeah. God.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't break me that way. I have the thumbnail made and everything. What's funny? It's like I have it sitting and ready.
October.
Yeah, maybe. But no, this looks really fun. This is coming out in 2028.
I don't actually think Carmen has seen this. I'm going to make sure she sees this short after we get done here because I think she's going to really vibe on the aesthetic. Yeah. She didn't
the big thing
vibe as much with like she loves Coco, but it didn't connect as much. I feel like this like content, like the ghost hunting aspect of it is something that she's going to vibe with.
I mean, the number one thing here, right, is really it's just I am always more excited for Pixar to make original things. And I think a lot of like the
especially when they're spooky things.
A lot of the standout announcements for me at the D23 this year were the original things.
Yeah.
So I love this. Moving along, we got another look at Gato. This movie looks incredible. A completely different art style than Pixar normally does.
Which I love that for them. Similarly with Walt Disney Animation, where they did something slightly different with Wish. I do like when these studios start to try and differentiate visually from the previous projects. So really looking forward to see what Gato is when we get more of that next year.
I will say I'm so disappointed that they didn't take that art style from Wish and start incorporating it to their other movies, because that art style is so fun.
It is, and I do hope that they will. It's more so just sometimes these things take time.
Up next, the most frustrating Disney live action movie is getting a sequel. Lilo and Stitch is getting
to build a snow. Oh, that one.
No, I was gonna say. I said live action.
No, you did. Frozen live action is going to happen.
I don't think it will because I think they're scared to taint that franchise.
I think it'll be the next one because it would. If there is a next one, it will.
With how bad Moana did, I don't see them doing Frozen.
I mean, they're doing Tangled. If Tangled bombs, then I think they're done with live action. If it doesn't, then Frozen is on the docket.
The one place that I think that they're not done though is Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch 1 did
No.
incredibly well. Lilo and Stitch 2 now is a fully original story being seemingly inspired by the cartoon series because we're getting Angel.
Because they teased Angel, so that's going to be interesting to see. I wonder if we see 625.
Probably. If we're getting Angel,
that'd be a lot of fun. He 65 is my favorite
like I want
character
Ruben
in the animated series. So I really do hope we see him in some form.
I never bought it, but man, I almost bought a Reuben's sandwich shop shirt.
I love it.
It was wonderful because the front said Reuben's sandwich shop, and then the back was a image of the sandwich stacker game on Disney's website. Which, if you don't know what I'm talking about, congratulations, you're probably young.
I don't know what you're talking about, but that's probably because I aged out of.
I would say you're either very young or very old.
I would think I was on the Toonami website at that point playing their card battler.
That game rocked. Yeah, I'm
Apparently
interested.
someone remade it on it's like available for free online. Someone did a full remake of it.
Reuben's sandwich. Seeing if the t-shirt's still available. This is incredibly important. Okay, it's going to take me more than Googling that to find the shirt. Up next, Rami and Michelle 2, apparently. Kind of a wild pull, but you know what? If there's an old IP that we can bring back from the dead again, we'll do it, I guess.
Are they doing that? Isn't there some witch movie that they're doing that with this year?
Practical
Magic. Yeah.
Yeah, but that movie is incredible. I've
never seen it.
Mitch, this October, what I need you to do, or November, I will let you pick. Chill for the night. Make yourself some hot cocoa, apple cider, whatever. Go full fall vibes.
I don't really vibe with hot beverages.
Okay.
Coffee's kind of like the one exception.
Make yourself a tea or something. Just go full fall vibes.
Tea is still a hot beverage. I'm not down for this. Okay.
I meant iced tea.
Okay.
But go full fall vibes and turn on Practical Magic. You will not be disappointed.
Is it streaming anywhere in Canada? Because if it's not, then I won't.
I mean, it's on Disney Plus.
Is this a Disney movie?
I think. No, sorry, it's on HBO for us.
I'm gonna see where it is for us, if anywhere. It is only available from the looks of it on Stars, which I won't be subscribing to. Actually, no, it does look like it's on Crave, which is where in Canada it's where our HBO content goes. So maybe I will give it a shot.
Yeah, I adore this movie. But yeah, Robbie and Michelle too, apparently. Do you care at all?
I didn't even know what the first one was.
I mean, I just know Mia Sorvino and Lisa Kudrow.
I just knew Lisa Kudrow as a person, and this was where I went and took a bathroom break. So
yeah, same. Moving right along. Percy Jackson season 3 is happening, and it looks awesome.
And it's probably the last one because Disney does like their live action Disney Plus shows.
No, this show looks dope. I hope we get more. I really do genuinely hope that they can finish the book series. I do not think they will be.
Genuinely seems to want to, and I think when you
the
have
cast, the crew, the directors, everybody that talks about this show adores working on this show.
As long as they can keep the budget down.
Rick Riordan has said many times. I don't think it's even the problem with the budget. I think it is we are adjusting our current strategy for all franchises across Disney Plus, and we'll see what happens. The upside, the positives here. Rick has said that they're working on it. Rick Riordan, the creator and showrunner, executive producer, and creator.
Yeah.
We are getting some pretty major cast announcements. Particularly Andra Day and Ming-Na Wen. Ming-Na Wen is Hera.
Yeah.
Perfect casting.
It's just going to be really interesting to see them adapt something post Sea of Monsters for the first time. And Yes, those two movies exist. Yes, those two movies have their problems. I really think that if this season does stick the landing, that we can presumably see more, just because it's the first time we're seeing these stories told. So this is the book where things really start to hit the fan. So fans vibe with it, and they're going to be really upset at the cliffhangers at the end of the season. That we'll see more.
Yeah, I do think we'll get more. I mean, sorry, I do hope we will get more. This is the season where things get dark. This is the book where things get dark. The big question on this one is that Annabeth isn't in most of the story.
I know.
That said, there was also the Percy Jackson panel. And it sounds like we are going to be getting a bit more of what Annabeth's story actually is this season, which is incredibly exciting to me because that's just not something we ever got from the books. Because the books are told entirely from Percy's perspective.
Yes.
So they functionally have a brand new story that they're telling within this season. And I think that could be make or break for this show. We'll see. I'm going to choose to be excited and hopefully and optimistic on it. We'll find out.
We can only hope. We can only hope for what we want. And if it happens, great. If it doesn't, we'll be disappointed. This will be one that we'll absolutely talk about weekly when it releases.
In what, November?
Late this year?
Yeah, November 20th.
Yeah.
We'll do our best to talk about it weekly because that's also the time around Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Owen's birthday's in there, Black Friday, which isn't as much for other people, but
it's not important for other people, but it is also very impactful to both of us for work reasons.
Tech loves Black Friday. Who would have thought?
Damn, I do. Up next, Camp Rock 3 getting a shout out.
It exists. It came out before this panel. This was very much the vibes of.
It was really weird this was there, but also I think it was just because they had the Jonas Brothers there for
a podcast.
Well, no, the Jonas Brothers were there because they were being inducted as Disney Legends.
Oh, was that were they? Okay,
that's also why Anne Hathaway was there.
Yes, I knew that. I forgot about the Joe Bros. I didn't watch the Legend ceremony. I really should.
But Joe Bros are also on a concert series right now.
I was going to say they were just in. So okay, tangent. They weren't in Toronto, but they played what is known as the Boots and Hearts Festival, which is an annual music festival that takes place about an hour north of the city of Toronto. Hour to an hour and a half, depends on traffic and stuff. They are very much not the vibe of that festival. Because if I told you the Jonas Brothers were headlining a festival, Griffin, what genre of music would you assume that is? This is one of the world's largest country music festivals. And they were the headliners, along with the Chicks and I want to say Rascal Flatts.
Okay, well, at least the Chicks and Rascal Flatts make more sense.
But all on different nights. Like it's a weekend-long festival.
So I'm going to bring us back to Camp Rock.
It was weird. Granted, it's like an hour from where they shot Camp Rock, bringing it back. But still weird that they headlined this festival.
I know you don't necessarily care about Camp Rock. I adore Camp Rock.
The first movie is fine. I love the music.
I have not yet sat down and watched Camp Rock 3. Just for the sake of time. I do still very much want to. But what I want to shout out with Camp Rock 3 is just Demi Lovato in general. She went through so much making those first two movies and just kind of working with Disney in general. So then to be back as an executive producer and getting to make the decision to make this is incredible for her. Shout out Demi Lovato.
Yes.
Up next, the Bluey movie.
This might be the first film my son sees in theaters.
This was the moment where I was insanely jealous of the crowd at the actual presentation.
Because they got to play a giant game of Keepy Uppy.
They got to play a giant game of Keepy Uppy, Mitch.
I'm not sure I vibe with the animation style. I also don't know if it's going to land with audiences that grew up with these characters in 2D. Granted, I know it's a lot cheaper these days to work in 3D animation, so I understand the rationale, but at the same time, it's going to be really hard to see these characters in this way.
Yeah, I'm curious about it, especially like this trailer. They do like the whole thing of like them running at the screen to show like, hey, it's 3D and stuff. I think it does it well. It very much reminds me of the Peanuts movie, which I think is also beautifully animated.
I agree. I worry here, though, for a long-form story in this world, because children, my son included, are used to 10 to 15-minute shorts, and this is presumably going to be a 90-minute feature. I love Bluey. I love everything it does for the messages that it tells and the stories that it tells, the personification of its characters and their roles. I do honestly worry about the attention span of an audience that is going to go see this movie.
I mean, I got to imagine this movie hour 30 max.
Yeah, I don't think it can be any longer than that. I also think this movie is going to make $1 billion.
Oh, 100%. This is going to put it in reference. So this releases in August of next year. Mark my words, this is going to be the Mario Galaxy of next year. This is going to be the movie where we're like, okay, not the most incredible thing we've ever seen, but it makes fucking bank.
Again, I would go as far to say, before I put foot in mouth, I want to see what else is there. Looking at the other films that are announced to be releasing next summer, again, things can change between now and then. Of what is already confirmed for next summer, this has a chance to be the second biggest summer release of next year, behind only a Minecraft movie. Other films include Man of Tomorrow, an untitled sequel to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem, the new Simpsons movie, a new Conjuring films, a DreamWorks film.
This honestly, I would tell you, I would even go a step further. This will be in the top 5
for the year.
For the year,
I would go as far as top 3.
See, I'm looking at some of the other ones here. Like Sonic the Hedgehog will be in the top 3 easily. Each one of those movies has made so much money. I can see potentially Avengers or Spider-Man being up there. I don't think those make top 3 though.
I think Avengers does. I don't know if Spider-Man does.
The only reason I think is just because it is the end of that trilogy.
It is, but it's also been a long time since the previous film, and I do think that Doomsday is going to do better at the box, or Secret Wars will do better at the box office because of its proximity to Doomsday. I think that's going to hurt Beyond the Spider-Verse.
I would say the other
from the second film.
The other 3 I would throw out there that have potential to make it up there. Obviously Minecraft movie. That movie's going to be incredibly successful.
Too much money.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 will make a lot of money.
I don't think it makes more than Bluey.
I do think it makes more than Bluey. And then the other one,
I will put a pizza bet down right now that the Bluey movie domestically.
See, I don't want to because I can really see it going. Oh, domestically.
Domestically.
Let me get back to on that because I think it might be domestically. And then the other one is Frozen 3.
God, that was next year.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Frozen.
It's Frozen.
It is, but the second movie came out so long ago.
It's Frozen. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Frozen 2's box office was $1.45 billion.
Yes, but is there an audience for those earlier films that has grown up with them to the point that they are now the right age for this movie to make $1 billion?
Yes.
Okay. Because I do think the Bluey crowd is at the right.
Mitch, let me tell you
right now for a feature
about Frozen in the fucking parks. Not only does that ride at Epcot always have a line, not only is that line minimum 30 minutes, minimum, the fucking show at Hollywood Studios still has a line.
Did you know that they were doing an animated Charlie and the Chocolate Factory for Netflix starring Taika Waititi and Kit Connor next year?
No, but that kind of sounds incredible.
Also, Helldivers is out next year.
Kind of forgot about that movie.
Yeah. Should we continue?
Yeah. Hey, guess what? They're still making Ice Age movies.
Don't care. The first one came out when I was like 10.
This is one of those where I loved it as a kid. It's crazy to me this franchise still exists. Like, I like these games. I like these movies more for the shitty tie-in video games.
Nailed it. The first one came out in 2002. I was 10.
Oh, it's why it was like peak for my childhood. And the first, I will tell you, like the first couple movies, really good. Wouldn't say that for the rest of them because I haven't seen most of them.
I think I've only ever seen the first 2.
I'll say, first one is peak animated movie. Genuinely.
The cast is fantastic. Ray Romano, John Leguizamo, Dennis Leary.
Mm-hmm. And it's got
the fact that they didn't have any of those people on the stage for this new one makes me concerned because I don't know where the films have gone to this point that they're not the ones that they're using to introduce this movie.
But they also have
or it was Queen Latifah and who?
Dennis Leary.
Who else? Oh, it was Dennis Leary. Yeah. My bad.
And Queen Latifah makes sense. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. But I will say the fun thing here is that Scrat is back. Scrat is the most important character in all of Ice Age, even though Scrat has zero plot relevance to this.
Are there
the history
films
of Ice
without
Age.
Scrat?
No.
Okay, good.
Scrat has zero plot relevance to the entire franchise. He has an entire own subplot throughout the franchise, but he's a funny little squirrel, so they keep adding him.
It will be interesting because this is the first. I don't remember if this was theatrical or if it was just a Disney Plus release. I'm looking for it. Release. So this is the first Ice Age original film for theaters that Disney has released since acquiring Fox.
I presume that this was
a spinoff for Disney Plus.
I assume this is one of the ones that they just kind of got in the purchase. That was always my assumption with this.
I mean, the fact that they're trying is interesting.
I think it's more of a, you got an animated movie that's near completion, you put that shit out.
But this is a 2027 release. Like, I don't think this is something that was near completion when they acquired Fox.
Well, I mean, I say near completion in relevance to animation, right? Like, that shit takes a long time.
True.
Hey, guess what? We're getting a dope musical. You know what's annoying? Is that it's in London. It means I have to travel a lot further to see it.
Am I going to try to figure out a way to do London and Disneyland Paris next year? We shall see.
I am.
Probably not.
I'm trying to figure it out.
I have multiple weddings and baby showers and other commitments that involve life things. So I would love to.
I have genuinely talked to my mother, and I'm trying, because she's the one who taught me to love theater. I'm genuinely trying to convince her to go to London with me just for theater purposes.
If she doesn't, I might if Carmen says it's okay.
You and I in London, what could possibly go wrong?
We end up on a flight to Paris and go to Disneyland.
I said what could go wrong, Mitch, not what could go according to plan.
Yeah.
Like, we wouldn't be planning to go to Disney Paris while we're there. No, The Greatest Showman musical is finally releasing next year. It's The Greatest Showman, but on stage. We got a little bit of. I'm
surprised that you're trying to make that trip with all the problems you have with that show or with that film.
Dude, the music's fucking dope. The music is so good. The music is some of the best written music in a musical ever. Like,
they made Troy Bolton sound good. It's hard to do.
Well, the way they did that was
Oh, and Hugh Jackman. That number Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron have is probably my favorite in apart from like the ensemble.
That song is proof that Hugh Jackman is far more talented than anyone ever gives him credit for.
One of the most talented performers we've ever gotten. Like, the fact that we live in a time where we got to see Hugh Jackman and Stone Cold Steve Austin perform at their peak just warms my heart.
Yeah. And yes, I still hate that the movie like hates P.T. Barnum to be this incredible human being he never was. But who gives a fuck? It's a good movie.
It's just fun to put on that music. It's hard. You can't not bop along to it.
Yeah, it's one of those where it's like I couldn't tell you a single lyric off rip, but the second the music starts playing, I know every line. Up next, March 31st, 2028 is the live action adaptation of Tangled.
Correct.
There is some positives to this. I promise. First off, its director is Michael Gracie, the director of The Greatest Showman, the director of Rocket Man. Weirdly, learned this recently. The director, apparently, for a live action adaptation of Naruto.
No, that's DDC.
Is it DDC?
It's DDC.
I think it might have originally. No, they're co-directing,
right? Is it?
They're co-directing it, I thought.
I didn't know they were co-directing. I just know that DDC's next project is.
I know DDC's next project is Naruto. I thought they were co-directing this.
Also, I think we know why Charles Melton turned down the role of Beast in X-Men, which we'll talk about in a bit. Apparently, as of 2 days ago, he's in talks to play Kakashi.
Yeah, that would do it.
Would it though?
It's fucking Naruto, man.
It's X-Men. We'll get to it.
Naruto is bigger than X-Men.
Yeah, so
Worldwide
IMDb on your
here,
list,
worldwide.
Dustin Daniel Cretton as the director.
Oh, I see. Upon a quick Google, it said they were co-directing. So that might just be Google getting shit wrong.
It could be.
Which it does often. But no, Michael Gracie directing this one. The incredible casting that is Catherine Hahn as Mother Gothel. I'm incredibly excited about those two things. I'm incredibly excited about the fact that they are seemingly recording this most and primarily on set, not on green screens.
Yes, that is a very important distinction to make, because when this was announced and when the primary cast was announced, my initial thought is this is a Disney Channel original movie that they're trying to paint up like a pig to put in theaters.
Mm-hmm. I will say, Tegan Croft and Milo Manheim. They're okay actors. I haven't loved anything they've either of them has been in, but I've never disliked them.
I have disliked Milo Manheim because it feels like he is going to be, ironically enough, it seems like he is going down a similar career trajectory to Zachary Levi. He has also been in some problematic productions that were produced primarily by right-wing extremists.
Talking about Journey to Bethlehem?
Yes. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Look,
get shit together.
That was really bad, but aside from that, it's mostly just been Disney stuff.
But we could have said the same thing about Zach Levi until he went on a podcast and started talking like a crazy person.
I do think we could go that route, which would honestly be hilariously perfect for him playing Flynn Rider.
Yeah, I'm hopefully optimistic.
I will say though, like of the two of them, Tegan Croft is the one I'm more excited for, which it should be. I love her. I love her as Raven in Titans. That's the only thing I know her from.
I should finish that.
I wouldn't. Not a good show, Mitch.
I fell off midway through season 1. So
definitively, it's a bad show, but I loved it.
I watch a lot of bad shows, so I don't know what you're talking
about. But I don't know. There's a lot.
Been in much outside of that.
I will say, despite though this being, your typical Disney live action remake, there's going to be a lot of concerns there. This does have a lot going for it, and
it's hard to go wrong with Catherine Hahn in your cast. I do worry that they will shift this story because she is such a charismatic presence to be more Mother Gothel focused, which could be a great thing or it could be an absolutely awful thing. That is coming from somebody whose first dance at his wedding was I See the Light.
Yeah.
Like, technically, we had 2 weddings. It was a whole thing. Yeah, we couldn't dance at the first one. I could tell that story at some point, but yeah, it's...
Yeah, I'm so curious about this one because like I've told you many times, Tangled is my favorite Disney movie.
It is Carmen's as well, which again, you're the same person.
Yeah, same person.
Which is weird to say.
Same person in relation to Disney movies. Yes. I don't think I'm going to like it just because I love the original. And I think that's really what's going to come down from. I'm wearing a Tangled shirt today.
I don't think people are going to like it because it is not... I don't think people are going to like it, and it is going to bomb at the box office, which has the potential to end Disney's live-action adaptation kick that they're
I'm not sure about
apart from Lilo and Stitch.
Because I feel like
this movie will bomb.
I feel like it's been long enough since Tangled has come out. The original came out. I don't think it has the same problem that Moana had, where it was instant and also it was The Rock.
No, the problem that this movie has is the exact same problem that Moana has, and was the problem that Lilo and Stitch had as well. I'm surprised that it was able to buck the trend. Nobody knows the leads, and the leads don't have the charisma to promote this film in a way that makes $1 billion.
Yeah, but I think Catherine Hahn does.
For the general movie-going audience, I disagree.
100%. Catherine Hahn has that charisma, has that ability of, like, you'll see her on the Today Show talking about this, and that will get viewers. You will see her on some interview with fucking Variety, and that will get people. Like, Catherine Hahn is that kind of name that's going to not get children, but it's going to get their parents. And their parents are going to go, oh, that might be a good thing to take my kids to. Let's go.
See, I hope you're right just because I love this story, but
Oh,
even if the person that is out there on social getting parents' attention, I don't think she has the box office pull. She has the charisma,
she
sure,
certainly
but
has
I
more
don't.
box office pull than The Rock. The Rock does
Are
not
you
have it.
high?
The Rock does not have it the way he used to.
If you put a photo of Catherine Hahn next to The Rock and you ask anybody on the street who are these two people, the one they're going to know is The Rock.
You're right, but how many of them are actually going to go see a movie with them in it?
More likely him than Catherine Hahn.
No way.
Yes, 1,000%.
100% no.
What is the last movie that Catherine Hahn was the lead in that made over $1 billion?
What was his? He has not been the lead in $1 billion movie.
Jumanji?
I guess technically, yeah. But even then, I would say co-lead.
Hobbs and Shaw?
Did Hobbs and Shaw do $1 billion? I thought I missed
Probably.
that.
Even if it didn't do that, like
But
there's
even
nothing
then,
that Catherine Hahn has done to that level. So I don't think this movie has the sauce. I want to be wrong. I don't think it has the sauce at the box office. They've cast relative unknowns for the theater going audience.
I just say, like, no, I was saying, I don't disagree with anything else except for the fucking Catherine Hahn of this. Like, Catherine Hahn has such staying power, and admittedly, yeah, that power is more TV than it is movie.
Exactly.
But
that's more what I was getting at. She's been great on the small screen. She hasn't drawn on the big screen.
I mean, she does so, at least in like what she's done. Fucking
But
Glass
what is
Onion.
that-
She's
what is that
incredible
in-
in Glass Onion.
Yeah, but she's great in Glass Onion. I would agree. But that was also a Netflix production. Yes, it went to theaters, but more people than not consume that on Netflix.
Theaters? Oh,
It
yeah,
did because they wanted to be able to put it up for awards, which didn't go their way.
Look,
but
Glass Onion came out in 2022, which was that time where it was like, did movies really come to theaters during that time? Yeah, we're gonna move on because I think we're getting stuck on this. But I do think Catherine Hahn has staying power. We'll find out in 2020
in March of
fucking
2028.
I would say the other thing I think it's going to depend on is its marketing cycle.
Well, that's really what it's going to come down to.
Is this going to be a Moana? Is this going to be a Haunted Mansion? Or is this going to be a Frozen? Like,
it'll be one of those first two.
Again, I think it all depends on the quality of the movie that they are still filming. So who the fuck knows? Oswald's next. Oswald looks dope, man. Oswald looks incredible. I sent that picture to you because first off, we're back to hand-drawn 2D animation.
Back to Catherine Hahn.
We're back to Catherine Hahn. I'm living
on Disney Plus.
On Disney Plus. Well, also like this is a 3-part anime or short series. Like
yeah, I know.
But I remember like I sent you a picture of this, and you were like, "That's not 2D animated."
It didn't look like it,
and it was.
I know. I don't know how they're doing it. It's witchcraft.
This is hand-drawn animation on the same level as like Claws on Netflix.
Yeah.
I am so stoked. I love that they're like, okay, if we're getting 2D animation, let's go all in on it.
Especially with it only being a 3-part short.
Mm-hmm. And like, do we know when this is releasing?
No, but it's also been a passion project of Favreau's, so I'm very curious to see.
Oh, February 2027.
Okay.
Oh, we're getting that soon. 5 months, but still.
I hope it actually does do something very like I would love to see it fourth wall breaking in a way as well, where they bring in Bob Iger to talk about the acquisition. Because like he negotiated to trade a whole bunch of nothing to NBC Universal, get this one character back into the fold. I just think that's so nice,
right? It's
and
like
then you remember that Bob Iger
is
buying the LA. Well, I mean, but he's also buying the LA Lakers with Jared Kushner's brother. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, he's done some fun. And then there's like the Abu Dhabi Jared Kushners of the world.
Mm-hmm. Well, luckily he's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. This is probably up there as one of my most exciting things in this presentation. Moving right along. Up next, we got Lion. Here's our reminder, folks, that Disney owns National Geographic
and Jon Favreau.
I will say though,
out.
I might actually watch this purely because Hans Zimmer does the music.
Also, National Geographic documentaries just look really good on good 4K TVs. So like you throw that on your 4K OLED, you sit back, you let the thing just consume you, and it's going to be a great time.
Let's shift gears and let's talk Marvel.
James Spader is back.
Wild, right? Like this Vision Quest looks so good.
I'm so ready. And like I think a lot of people are sleeping on it because there's Marvel fatigue, plus Vision isn't necessarily the character that people vibe with. This is going to surprise a lot of people.
I felt the opposite. I feel like there's so much buzz right now after Spider-Man, where it's like, where some people are like, oh, I might actually give this a shot.
There is, but I don't think the buzz is on the Wanda Agatha Vision trilogy. So they're going to have to do a really good job of marketing this to get eyes on this in October.
I mean, I feel like this is going to be the last live action Marvel show we see for a while, right? Like
Daredevil.
Okay, Daredevil's the exception, but like, because the reason I'm saying that is because they said that they're canceling most of their live action stuff except for Daredevil.
They're done. I think they're done after Daredevil season 3 for a very long time, if not indefinitely.
I think it depends on their results of Daredevil season 3 because Daredevil clearly is doing well.
But Daredevil would also do well to pop up in a Spider-Man movie because they can't make a Spider-Man movie that's just about Spider-Man. I'm still on this.
No, fuck off. We're not doing this conversation again. Just because I don't want it to take over the rest of the show.
Fine.
I tell you what, we'll come back to that discussion when it goes on Disney Plus. Deal?
Which you won't, because it's a Sony project.
Exactly. I planned.
Loved what we got from Vision Quest. Really, really hyped for October.
I love the vibe of this, of like having that CG world. Like one of the questions a lot of people had for this was like, it's like, okay, well, why are we gonna make them humans? I make all these AIs human, but it's like, no, it's all in his head. And Vision specifically has this view of the world to try to make himself more human, and I love that. And I love like how it's gonna tie back to Wanda, how it's gonna tie into
Agatha.
Not Agatha. Well, yes, Agatha. But no, what's the kid's name? Tommy.
Tommy.
It's like, no, we're just putting that right out at the front of this. Like, WandaVision and Agatha all along have easily been two of the best things that Marvel has put out on Disney Plus. Like, I don't think
apart from Loki, I think this is the best original content they've produced.
Like, everyone who talks about it, who's actually watched all the stuff, would agree. Like, hey, these two shows are up there.
So the only thing I want to say with this coming out in October is there any chance that we see Scarlet Witch and Vision at some point in Doomsday or Secret Wars?
Scarlet Witch, yes. Vision, no.
Interesting. Okay. I would agree, but I don't think we see either of them. I think they just want to forget the Disney Plus projects existed and move on.
Well, I think they're going to play into more of a children's crusade story.
Where they're not going to make a movie out of that
for Secret Wars.
We'll see.
And I think one of the main things they would do would be with Wanda. Moving along, because I got to talk about more video games, bitch.
I didn't even watch this trailer because I'm done watching trailers for this game. I'm ready to pre-order it and play it when it comes out.
On September 15th, we see the release of Insomniac's Marvel's Wolverine. Insomniac has previously made 2 or 3 incredible Spider-Man games.
2.5 weeks or 3.5 weeks. That's close.
This looks incredible. This looks dope. I cannot wait to play this. This is one of those games where it's like, if you talk to gaming nerds like us, a lot of people are just not super excited for it because it just looks like more Insomniac. It's like, it's a thing where we all know it's going to be pretty good, so we're not like jonesing for it. But mark my words, this is going to be one of those games that sells incredibly well amongst the non-gaming nerds. Like,
I also want to say, like, for folks who aren't, I was gonna say, for folks who aren't really into gaming, those Spider-Man games are incredible. I think they've sold a lot of systems. I do think there's a lot of apprehension around this Wolverine game because it's not open world. You're not flying around like Spider-Man. There's inherently less to do with a character like Wolverine than one that can just traverse an entire city, put out fires, stop crimes, what have you. The thing that I think people are not as invested in, or I think the thing people could be more invested in here is specifically the performances. And getting an actor like Liam McIntyre in here to play Logan, who, if you don't know, was the lead in the Spartacus series, which people should watch Spartacus if they haven't. It's really good television, as well as played the weather wizard in the CW Flash, and he was fantastic when he popped up there. This is a good actor who seems to be fully into this role.
But you also, I would say, with like, let's talk pedigree for a second. Like, Insomniac are the people who cast Yuri Lowenthal into the role of Spider-Man, and now that man is the voice of Spider-Man everywhere, with the exception of, I want to say, the TV show. I forget who
Friendly Neighborhood is not. Yes,
because it's that one guy who
we don't like.
Like the thing that, like, some people don't love the story of 2, but the performances, everyone agrees, are the incredible. These are award-winning performances. They will be again in this game. I cannot wait for September. Like, I have this pre-ordered. I am ready to roll with it.
I was about to pre-order it, and then I sent you a text that we could record early. And then we didn't. But I sent you the text anyway and sat down on my computer. Okay, and here's the tip. For anyone out there who's on the fence about these sort of things, the video games are as expensive as they've ever been. They keep going up in price. Do I really want to pay $80, $90, whatever it is for this? I'm going to say 10 to 15 hour experience. And
we don't know. We're guessing. I'm just letting people know we're guessing.
Theoretically, 10 to 15 hour experience, right? I want to introduce y'all to this thing known as Costco, because if you haven't already, you can get video game gift cards at a discounted rate if you have a Costco membership. So go get your gift cards, you put it in the system, bing, bang, boom, you pre-order Marvel's Wolverine, you're having a good time.
Yeah, I pre-ordered a physical, so I'll still have to wait a little bit.
I got to go to Costco I got to go to Costco online and get those gift cards. That's the other thing, is you can buy those gift cards online. So when Griffin refuses to accept that the all digital future is upon us and eventually is forced to go digital only for all of his games going forward, because you haven't been able to buy a physical PC game since like 2002. That's the tip for everyone.
Did you see the person online that was like creating physical cartridges for their PC, for their Steam library?
That person's a lunatic. I understand the benefits of physical when it comes to video game preservation, when it comes to media preservation in general. This is probably something we should talk about on the show, but with Sony ending physical video game production for the PlayStation series of consoles in 2027,
add it to our list.
I honestly think we should, because the ramifications there for physical media and media preservation is going to be a real problem, because Sony created Blu-ray, the format, and Sony operates the largest Blu-ray factories. So do they go the way of vinyl, where these smaller factories are still printing stuff out and it's for a niche audience? Or does that physical media, both on games and film media, go away entirely? Let us know in the comments what you think about Sony discontinuing Blu-rays on PlayStation and what that might mean for Disney films and productions going
also,
forward.
like, physical media in general is always such a question mark going forwards, and I think that could be a really fun conversation. But what I have
moving on
also,
from Marvel's Wolverine,
I want to talk about Doomsday.
It's happening. I don't need to see any more. Just give me this movie.
More.
I've already got 2 tickets to see this movie. On back-to-back night. I'm ready.
We seemingly got potential. They were very tongue-in-cheek with it, but it seems like we got confirmation that Wolverine and Deadpool are in this movie.
I don't know if they're in this movie or if they're in Secret Wars. I would be more likely to incline they're in Secret Wars.
There is a rumor about this movie that involves these 2 characters and another very famous character.
I have seen that. Yes, that could be something that is a thing.
And that's all I will say, because it's time, Mitch. Time to talk about our casting for X-Men. The MCU is finally taking a shot at the mutants after having made multiple shots at mutants and having Jean Grey be in one of their biggest movies of the last 10 years. Obviously, we know Sadie Sink is Jean Grey. We obviously know Jake Schreier, the director of Thunderbolts, the director of Paper Towns, is directing this movie.
Perfect choice.
But we now have more directors. We now have more information.
We don't need more directors.
We have all of the directors in this movie now. Every single one. We now know, though, that Kit Connor will be playing Cyclops.
Rumored for some time. Good casting. It also seems that this first film is going to focus on Scott and Jean's relationship, which I think is the right way to start off these films.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. We gotta wait till the last casting to get into that though. We've also got Christopher Abbott as Professor X.
First American actor to play Professor X in live action.
Kind of wild.
Yeah. Given he's from upstate New York, the character.
We have Maya Boyd be playing Storm. One of my personal most exciting.
I'm most excited about. I'm with you on this. Bringing someone from stage to screen is such a fun experience.
It's also somebody that I have seen live. I got to see her perform Anne Juliet in New York, and she was electric.
How is that show? Because we avoided it when it came to Toronto because it just seemed like it was a show that was focused mostly on like non-original music.
It is a jukebox musical.
Yeah, I don't love it.
But I really like this show.
Okay.
The whole idea of it is basically they just kind of keep rewriting Romeo and Juliet. So Juliet doesn't die at the end. She actually realizes that Romeo's a fuckboy.
He is.
But it's also kind of a conversation about Shakespeare's relationship with his wife. When I saw it in New York, genuinely, like, it was a ticket we got because we're like, okay, we're in that night. Let's get a ticket for something.
Yeah.
And it blew me away.
Interesting. I think we've now missed the window on that in Toronto, but if it does come back, maybe we'll give it a shot.
You can also always watch a bootleg if you're
because the last jukebox musical we saw, Moulin Rouge, was not
you hold your tongue.
Awesome.
You hold your tongue on that show.
It wasn't great. I'm just saying.
Agree to disagree. Fine. There are bad productions of that show out there. So
this wasn't ideal. Yeah. Although we did get to see the lead from Rogers the Musical from Disney California Adventure play the lead in Moulin Rouge. So that was fun.
Those are two very different shows.
Right?
You couldn't get more different, in fact, in those two shows.
Moving on in the X-Men casting.
Samara Weaving is playing Emma Frost.
So I think this is going to be interesting to see because, one, I don't think we're getting a Cyclops Emma Frost romance because that would be weird. It does seem like they're setting her up probably more as like I do wonder if we're going to see like the downfall of Emma Frost where she was a teacher, class all gets killed, and then she goes crazy.
Yeah, I think you're setting up her more as kind of as a rival to Jean.
Yeah, or not even a rival. I feel like it's more of like a.
I'm saying rival specifically because I want her to help her with her telepathy more than Chuck does.
Yeah, I do see that, like a mentor, but also semi-antagonist.
Like Charles does the thing, right, of his like, I'm going to support you through it. Emma's like, no, fuck you. You're going to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
And I think that especially with what we've seen so far of Sadie as Jean, that dynamic is going to be real dope.
Yeah. Continuing on.
Indy Navarrete will be playing Rogue, not Mystique, like she had said in an interview.
But she said that in the interview because she
definitely already booked Rogue when she got said that. I love this casting. I adore her in Obsession, like everybody else who has seen that movie.
I've seen a lot of it on TikTok because I refuse to watch horror movies.
I've sent bits and pieces to you on TikTok, or on Instagram.
I've seen them.
Yeah. If you don't like horror, don't watch that movie.
No.
That is the most horror of horror movies. That also, very frankly, should be a nominee for Best Picture of the Year.
I think it will be, just with how much buzz it had.
The question mark is just, will it, because it's a horror movie? Horror movies don't typically get that kind of recognition.
But they also nominate 10 films, and I can't name 10 films this year that should be recognized that way.
Yeah, same.
Right? So yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Interesting that they cast Rogue, because when I think early X-Men, which I do think this is going to tell a story of early X-Men team formation. The students aren't, like, the school isn't established in this universe as of yet. It's sort of building that up. Rogue is an interesting choice, especially after Rogue was the audience's folly into the world of the Fox X-Men. Interesting to see what they do with the character here.
So I think she'll be more villain in this movie, because Rogue does start out as a villain. We are very far divorced from that now because it happened so long ago. I do think we will get the moment. I hope we get the moment that Rogue steals her power, the power of flight.
You think this movie is the one that
I
we
don't
see
think it's
Captain
this
Marvel
movie.
come back in?
I don't think it's this movie, but I just want Indy Navarrete to act side by side with Brie Larson because that would just be incredible.
As an antagonist. Like I honestly think that having her set up as an antagonist of a Captain Marvel project before this movie would be good.
Oh, that'd be
I don't
dope.
think it's going to happen,
Or
but it would
even
be
after
good.
this movie, right? You'd have her not play a big role in this one. Like you have her be more
Just
of a
have her
side
already
villain.
have her abilities,
Yeah.
and then you set that up later in a
But
rogue
also, I will say,
standalone
shout
film.
out to Indy Navarrete for being like taking this role of this small indie horror film that just happened to do incredible, and then immediately getting that bag.
Immediately booking a Disney project. Yeah,
Mhm.
very, very astute of her to.
Did you see that she
strike
had
while the
turned
iron is
down
hot?
the Heat 2 to be in this
Good.
movie? And I was like, good choice,
Good.
very good choice.
Yeah, that's the right choice. And then
Our
yep,
final casting here, Adam Driver, giving
as
us
Magneto.
Nope, sorry, Mr. Sinister. He's playing Nathaniel
Nathan Milbury.
Milbury,
Mhm.
not Essex, Milbury.
Not Mr. Sinister. He's playing Nathaniel Milbury.
He's absolutely well. Okay, so hi for people who are not comics nerds like us, because we're nerds. Nathan Milbury is also a character by the name of Nathaniel Essex, who is Mr. Sinister, a massive X-Men villain. Seems like that's what they're doing for this one. Interestingly enough, the reason why Nathaniel Milbury, that name is important, is because Nathaniel Milbury is the owner of the orphanage where Scott Summers grows up.
Yes.
He is the person in charge, responsible for 80% of Scott's childhood trauma.
And I honestly think that setting up Essex this early, or setting up Essex, Milbury, Sinister, whatever we're going to end up calling him by the end of this movie, early is important to the X-Men story they're going to tell, is because they're going to do something different here, and they're going to focus on all the weird ass geneticist cloning bullshit of the comics, as opposed to the stories we've seen previously in live action. And thank God for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope. You know, when you look it back, right, like at X-Men, like you kind of question them, like, okay, what villains are you going to use at this point? You've done so much in this with this franchise already. Here's the thing, though: half of those movies, the villain is Magneto. The other half, the villain is Apocalypse.
That being said, I do expect that the post-credit scene of this film will introduce the MCU's Magneto. And I want to ask you, Griffin, here, as one of the last things we'll talk about tonight, because I'm tired and we've gotten to the end of this.
We're not near the
I
end.
forgot about Star Wars. We'll get
Star
there.
Wars and Disney animation.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm so tired. Rumored actors for the Magneto role, and I expect it to pull up as a post-credit scene in this film. The top names that are being circulated: Matt Smith, Henry Cavill, Lee Pace. Which of those three actors do you think pops up in the post-credit scene of this film?
Can I be honest?
If it had to be one of those three.
I hate all of them for that role. I don't like a single one of those people. The one of those three I like the most would probably be Lee Pace.
I could see Henry Cavill pulling it off. But I think what would be more interesting here, especially if this film is being set in modern day, which it is because Jean Grey is Jean Grey, I think an actor of the caliber of, say, a Denzel Washington, where the focus is less on the genocidal nature of the Holocaust and more on the racial prejudice of post-50s Western society or global society and how it's impacted the Black community, would be a far more powerful story to tell in the 2020s, as opposed to going back to the well again. I know how important the Jewish heritage piece is for Magneto as a character, but there is something they could do that is very interesting here.
Yeah, I think the hard part about that in particular is, frankly, at this point, just time. Like, it is a core part of that man's character, and I do think it still needs to play a role. His Jewish heritage, in particular, needs to play a role. Full stop, end of story. How they do that is the question mark now, because it's just been so long. So if you want somebody under a certain age, someone who can continue with this role for the next dozen years, you kind of got to rethink that a little bit. which sucks. The other thing I want to say, the reason I would say Lee Pace is because of how he plays Thranduil in Lord of the Rings.
Who? Oh.
The Elf King. The Elven King. I think he does that incredibly well, and that actually gives me a lot of hope for how he could potentially handle a Magneto. But like I said, I don't really love any of those people as a casting. I hope, beyond hope, that they hire a relatively unknown. I actually hope that they go the same way they went with Maya Boyd, which I hope they go to stage.
Even Chris Abbott, right? Like that is a bit out of left field as well. He hasn't been in a ton of productions to now be leading this, presumably the next 10, 15 years of the MCU as Charles Xavier.
Chris Abbott as well. Most of what he's doing was on stage. So yeah. I think that they will keep going with that for the vibe. Okay, we got a lot more to still go through, so we're going to rapid fire some of this because Star Wars still wasn't really a ton.
So tired.
Star Wars, we got a trailer for Ahsoka Season 2. Looks like
before we get there, the original 1977 cut of Star Wars A New Hope coming to theaters in February on my wife's birthday. She's going to be really mad when I ask to go see this, but that's fine.
Don't do that to your wife.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, Ahsoka Season 2 got a trailer. Looks like more Ahsoka. I'm excited because I liked Ahsoka.
January. Cool.
Hell yeah. We'll talk about that when it comes.
Yeah, we will. We'll talk about the next thing when it comes too.
I will say I do appreciate for Ahsoka that they are seemingly still following both storylines, both in the universe we know and in this brand new universe. Well,
they're the
Galaxy.
Same universe,
Galaxy.
but it's just like
different galaxies.
Yeah. We're gonna see Ezra's story. We're gonna see we're gonna see Ahsoka's story. We're gonna see things come together.
I will say it was the most Filoni bullshit possible. But man, the moment that the droid is holding 4 lightsabers, like, yep,
I'm so ready for that.
I'm in.
I'm so in.
I love it. Next, we got Star Wars Starfighter. I think there was a trailer there. We didn't actually get to see it properly. There is a bootleg of it, of course.
It looked really good. This is
the most
probably
I've been
the
excited.
Star Wars. This is the Star Wars project I'm most excited for.
I'd say this is the most excited I've been for Star Wars in a while, and it's really nice to feel that way. Like, I love Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling together.
The way I feel about this is the way I felt about Rogue One. They're going to give us something really interesting in universe.
The little bit that we saw here actually looks really cool. The jacket is a little... Oh, okay, whatever.
I don't care about the jacket, but just like a cast of Ryan Gosling, Amy Adams, Aaron Pierre,
well, it's more
watching right now in Lantern. Like this cast is going to hit, and it's going to hit in a really.
My problem for the jacket is that it's cheesy as fuck. Because
but Star Wars is inherently cheesy.
In universe is cheesy as fuck. We turned the Rebel logo upside down and made it a skull and crossbones. I'm like, okay, that's something I would expect more out of Skeleton Crew than this. But everything else about this looks awesome. I think the most important thing to me is that the director of photography on this movie is the same person who did Top Gun. So it's going to look...
I should watch that.
Or Top Gun Maverick specifically. Moving right along.
I have seen the original Top Gun. I've not seen Maverick.
Yeah. You really should see Maverick. Maverick is incredible.
We've said that about 14 things tonight. I only have so much time when I'm trying to finish Birth by
I'm not recommending you shows anymore. I stopped doing that.
Fair.
Let's talk about Zootopia. Zootopia 3 is coming. It's all about birds.
Makes sense based on the teaser in the second one and the movie making $1 billion.
I saw one of the funniest things I've ever seen. It was like, okay, what species are we going to segregate out of Zootopia so we can make a 4th one next?
I was going to say, like, what is it with all of these species-based genocidal segregations in this world? Why is it so fucked up?
And then you see a movie like, it was a Goat that came out this year.
Is that the basketball
That's
one?
the basketball one. And it was one of the one of the funniest things I've seen. It was like, hey, Goat has no segregation in its species. It's based on location instead. It still keeps happening.
I mean, they wanted to make money with Zootopia. Zootopia 2 is Walt Disney Animation's largest box office of all time. They're going to milk this franchise for every penny. And that's it.
Yeah. I will say, Goat, surprisingly good.
Not going to watch that.
But it's Sony Animation. They make good shit.
I'm still not going to watch it.
Up next, we got an announcement for Clay, Disney's newest original film, releasing in November 2028. I love the idea of this Flip, or the main character Flip will be played by Kieran Culkin. The idea here is, what if the next Disney mentor stunk? And that seems like a very fun premise here.
Animation looks really interesting and unique, very colorful, very Rayman-esque.
Yeah, I was gonna say it gives me Dr. Seuss vibes.
Yeah, like I'm down for some, again, slightly different, something that feels more like a departure, similar to what we got with Wish. Whether or not it lands with audiences is going to be another question entirely, because Zootopia exists and Clay is going to be a new IP, and we've seen mixed reaction to new IP with Disney. So fingers crossed, but we'll see what happens when this comes out in November of 28.
Yeah, I'm excited for this purely on the fact that it's new. Like that is always my thing. It's like I like new. I like that this looks like such a departure. That said, what we saw was concept art. And you know what? We said that Hexed looked like a hell of a departure when we saw the concept art for that too. And now let's talk about Hexed.
It just looks like a Walt Disney animation.
Looks like Disney animation. That said, the animation looks dope. I love
character designs are neat.
The character designs are fun, and I love the casting here. Adding Walton Goggins to the cast, as well as Jodie freaking Foster.
Okay, before we get off this, Walton Goggins playing a green, three-eyed cat named Beef Roger Crumcruck.
Love it so much.
Or Crumb.
Did you watch the little clip of this, of his character in particular?
I did.
It's perfect. I love Walton. I just love Walton Goggins.
This movie is going to be phenomenal. I hope this is the next big Disney princess moment for Walt Disney Animation, and we get a heck of a lot more of Hexed.
I will say I do have some concerns. I have a lot of concerns, actually. Namely that a lot of this just feels like it's ripping off Owl House. They specifically said that they're not, but like let's be honest.
I wouldn't say it's ripping it off. I would say it is definitely inspired by that universe.
It also just tells me, hey, if you're taking all these other things that Owl House did, it means that the only thing you actually had an issue with was the gay characters. Which is a whole nother conversation to have about Disney.
I should finish that show.
You really should. I want to talk about it. But no, I would say the other concern I have is Jodie Foster's character here, the Witch Queen Celeste. I really hope they don't do the same story of, hey, guess what? She's actually your mother.
They're doing a story where it's her mother.
It actually, you're going to forgive her in the end. I really hope we don't get that same fucking story for this.
I don't know if they'll go the forgiveness route, but 1,000%, if you cast an actor like Jodie Foster, she is playing the mother of the main character.
But she could also just be playing the main antagonist. Like, that is a role that she would do. So,
but the main antagonist being the protagonist's mother, who she's lost contact with.
Let me have some hopium, damn it. Let me have some hope.
We're still going to love this movie for what it does, the designs, the magic, all of the stuff.
And the casting.
I do think that we're going to have issues with the plot.
Yeah. We will see when this movie releases on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And to wrap up the show, of course they ended it with fucking Frozen 3. We got to see a little bit here. We got to see a full song from Josh Gad. That was very cute, all about falling in love with Samantha, who I actually then had to do some looking into. Samantha is not a character. He's just falling in love with a concept.
Yeah.
Which is Samantha. The most Olaf thing possible. And then we got to see a little clip of the Anna and Kristoff's wedding being interrupted by this mysterious, also seemingly controlling ice woman.
Yeah.
She has like these snowflakes that turn into butterflies. It looks really cool. I really love that vibe.
We're going to get more into the origin of Elsa's powers, what the meaning of it is for her, and what it means for the rest of the characters. Blah 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 blah. It's going to be Frozen 3. It's going to make $1 billion. It's going to be the biggest thing that comes out in, I want to say 2028, but I don't remember exactly when that's coming out.
Or no, 2027. Is
that next year?
Jesus. I think that's next year.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were just talking about that earlier. Yeah, November of next year. So it'll be the big Thanksgiving holiday, February of 2028 film, because the thing is going to stay in theaters forever, make $2 billion, outgross Avengers Doomsday, and Disney is going to make all of the money next year.
Yeah, like I do think that. Don't get me wrong. Like I know we're all very excited for Bluey. I do think this is the front runner for the movie that makes the most money next year. Like it's Frozen.
I don't. Well, I would say Frozen 2 is a bit lighter at the box office, but that was also a post-pandemic film. And if it had been, the regular times, it would have been the highest grossing film of all time when it released.
Yeah, I think this has the backing behind it. It's Frozen, for God's sake. Like, And also, it looks great. Like I am someone who loves Frozen 2 specifically, and like I know that's a weirder take, but also pretty normal for older folks.
Yeah.
So I think this looks like a lot more Frozen 2 than it does Frozen 1, and I'm very excited because it looks fun.
I look forward to experiencing the world of Frozen, beat for beat, when I do my replay of Kingdom Hearts 3, and then we'll watch the second movie at some point.
Not as
It's pretty much like
one scene is. It's just because they put the song in the movie.
they
in the
do
game.
the whole song in the video game. It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, because
The whole
Nomura makes sense.
Usually more sense than that.
Nah, man. I love them. I love Nomura. That man don't make sense. Anyways, folks, that's it. That's everything. We've been here for an hour and a half.
And we sped through what would have been another 45 minutes for your, sanity. So you're welcome.
Yeah, we're crazy people. But hey, let us know. What I want to know from you guys. What was your favorite announcement? What are you looking forward to? What are you hating? Please let us know in the comments below. We'll be back.
No hate, all love. People are making these things with genuine care and curiosity and
oh, but
excitement.
here's my secret. I want to know what people hate so that I can fight them about it.
No, there's no reason to fight on the internet. We're all love. Everyone should just get along and enjoy everything that people are putting out in a creative medium that we all appreciate. And there's no reason to flame each other on the internet. And I'm going to have to turn off all my social media notifications.
Everyone, go give Mitch some love. Now, go check us out. Let us know what you thought of this presentation. We will see y'all in the next episode. But until then, be good to each other and have a magical day.